Okay, welcome back, guys. I did do a pre-market prep stream, so you guys should have watched that, or if you didn't. But yeah, I'm just watching ES off these lows here. It's still holding up at the level that we traded at basically the whole of yesterday before flushing and closing on the highs. Yeah, what's up, Mark? Yep, Maximus, Dom, Raz, happy everyone. James, when you get the opening candle continuation, do you use it on?
Yeah.
What's up, André? Your sound.
Dude, I got a new computer, so I had to just set up all the permissions.
Yeah, it's very echoey this morning.
How's this? Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. Yeah.
Well, I guess this thing is useless.
Hold
on, let me try to
James,
clean up my.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so I will have André back now. Can you do it on the stocks? No, I do it on both stocks and NQ. You can use it on both, so we can go over that actually. Let's go like this. Let's go to the reports. You can use the opening candle continuation. Okay, you can use it on ES or NVDA or Tesla. Okay, you can look at the stats on that. So, for example, this is on NVDA in the last 6 months. 72% if the first hour was bullish, we closed as a green day, and vice versa for the shorts, even on NQ, right? So you can use on both. Morning, first time here, new edgeful user. Good to have you on, Paul. Yep. Morning, everyone. Yeah, so cool. As I said, I think if we hold this level here, the previous day's lows, I definitely think we could move higher here. But let's just see. Stocks are looking a bit red here coming into the open. So we'll be on the lookout for that. But we are just grinding higher at the moment on NQ leading into the open. The DAX is trading higher. We gapped up overnight. Long buys. For now, just right. Yeah. And if we have to flip short, we will. I do like longs as long as we hold those previous days lows. So that's my plan. All right. That is my plan at the minute. But I will wait for the opening range to set. Got 9 minutes. And then we'll take it from there. We got no high impact news. Okay. So we are holding. Yo.
I just got my to like reconnect everything. So sorry I'm late.
I guess James lost his hat sponsor. Yeah, no. That's just because of that comment, I'm going to put this on. There we go. Okay, we got it.
There it is. I love it.
Hey, I got a fresh cut. I wanted to show you my new hairstyle. But yeah, long. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I do like the longs under my side on ES as long as we hold those previous days lows. So ES that would be 615, and Nasdaq would be 3.8. Call it 3.30. So yesterday, Zinc and I, you can go watch all the streams again. I took YM longs, I had a 40-point winner, and then we took ES together. Zinc and I, we had two nice winning trades yesterday on stream. So
beautiful.
Yeah, you can always go rewatch the streams, guys.
Yeah, so, yeah, you can rewatch the streams on, I think, on all the platforms. Yeah, you can rewatch the streams on whatever platform you watch. Just whatever platform you do watch. If you're watching right now, please subscribe, follow.
Yep.
If you guys enjoy these, please do that. That would be really helpful to us.
Yeah, so I'm kind of seeing something like this at the moment. We are back at weekly lows on NQ, but I could see something like potentially like this happening, André, and we get above like that and make our way higher.
Yeah.
But if we look over here, we have bounced from this level quite a few amount of times in the last 3 weeks or so. So that's what I'm kind of feeling this morning. But obviously right now we are trading underneath key levels, but we are at a very, very strong support level. I could see a move back to 25K personally, at least up to those highs from yesterday would be 24,730.
Let me pull up my screen. 1 sec.
Oh, any of the Watson play? That's your specialty. Morning. What is the difference between edgeful and TSLA? Edgeful is a data company that basically gives you stats. For example, if the first hour closes bullish, how often does this do we close the day green? Or what potentially could be setting up? TradeZilla is a journal platform. You can journal and track your trading statistics from there. Edgeful tracks data from the actual market.
Yeah. So one of the ways to compare it is TradeZella is your journal of your trading performance. It breaks it down by your P&L by weekday and whatever all the other tickers that you have. What we do is we're not connected to your trading and your journal or your performance. We're connected to the markets. So if you want to get a read on what the markets are doing, how often is there a new high of the week made on a Friday? How often does Monday close green? How often does price break both sides of the initial balance? These questions that most traders have throughout the day, Edgeful is the place to come and answer those questions. So what are the commonalities of weeks that have Friday making the low? Like, what is the average volume the day before CPI announcement? Like those are the things that you come to Edgeful for. It's not your personal trading information. It's the market's trading information. And it's really the only place that you can go to get this type of data. So
let me break it down in two simple sentences. Edgeful will help you make your TradeZella stats look better, basically.
There you go.
Because it's going to help. There we go.
There you go.
Because Edgeful gives you the data. That's an easy way. Edgeful helps you analyze the markets and give you probabilistic outcomes of X, Y, or Z happening to help you make more informed data decisions so that your trading, in essence, you'll make more money. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So if you know that, let's just say, for example, today, there is I'm going to pull up my screen.
Yeah, let's get we actually are moving a little bit higher. There's no high impact news on my watch list today, Andre, that I have.
Perfect. So let's just do this quick. All right. So today, this red line here is previous New York sessions high. This red line is previous New York sessions low. So you can see, by the way, guys, for anyone who's been an Edgeful sub, I updated the market sessions indicator to have the weekdays on the top here. So you can see this is New York session Thursday. So it's going to be easier as you're scrolling around to the previous days to see what the weekdays are. I hope you guys like that. I see a comment, nothing on screen. Can you guys see this?
I can see that.
Okay, hold on.
Just go like that and then reconnect. Yeah.
All right, let me know. Thank you guys for responding in the chat. That's kind of huge out of everyone right there. Can you guys see this now?
Yeah.
Now?
That's interesting.
James,
that was a weird one,
right?
I could see it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. You spend all this money on a new computer and it just has problems. So that's great. All right. Perfect. So right here, we have, well, first of all, what I was saying before was we added in the market sessions indicator the weekdays at the top of the box. So now you can see that yesterday was Thursday. And then as you scroll around, you can see what weekday each of these boxes were. Makes your life a little bit easier. So today is opening within the previous New York session range, obviously, right? It's like right dead center on the New York session range. And relating back to the trading performance piece, there is actually, if you look at Edgeful, which I'm going to pull up now, and we go to the inside bars report on NQ. This is the inside bars report on NQ. What this measures is for every time price opens within this range, how often does it break out of the range today? So specifically, that means that either this high or this low will be touched within this New York session. In the last 6 months, for every day that's opened within the range, 83% of the time, price has touched either this line or this line. So the way that Edgeful helps you as a trader is it tells you that, number one, you want to expect a breakout. And if you are long bias, this is going to help you hold your winning trades and hold runners to a very high probability target, like what you can see up here or down here. Now you can use other reports to give you confluence on either a bullish or bearish move, But today, it seems like the move is to the upside because the gap fill is above, the midnight open is above, and then we have that inside bars previous day's high. So what I would expect is something like this. And then the way to maximize these winning trades is to hold at least a piece of your trade all the way to the previous day's high. Now, obviously, we need to read the price action. If price just starts flushing, your target now becomes this. So that's the way that edgeful really impacts your trading specifically.
Yeah. We've just had the open now.
Yeah.
We're flushing lower at the moment on the NASDAQ.
And you can see gap fill on, so we also updated the ultimate reversal setup indicator to have a dashboard. You can choose to turn it on or off. If you don't like it, that's totally fine. You can also choose to remove certain columns or whatever else. You can really customize this thing, but pretty much it tells you the gap size right over here. Very small gap today. That's great. So you can see, actually, I need to update it. Huh.
Yeah, so we're coming down right now back into 430 here on the NASDAQ. Interesting. What's up, Andre?
I need to fix it. There's some sort of glitch with this thing. I'll fix it. So
sure.
In the meantime, I'm going to turn off the dashboard until I fix that. But the gap fill is pretty small today. It shouldn't be the time zone because this is plotting correctly, and it should be referencing the blue line as the reference. Wow, this was not the reaction I was expecting today.
We're coming lower quite aggressively, yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the 300s now.
I was hoping that we were going to get a move higher, to be honest. So NQ seems to be weaker.
We did flush like this yesterday though into the open, and then ended up that was like low of day. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but it's for those watching at the moment as well. I will say this: go and rewatch the streams for this weekend if you have time. I think there's actually been some really good trading, even managing of losses as well. So, I think.
Dude, how many losses do you think we've taken?
I've had 1 or 2 losing days since we started back in October.
Yeah, I think I've had maybe like 2 or 3, maybe 4. Definitely not more than 5.
No, I think it's 2. I think I've had 2 losing days on stream. But that's not to brag or anything like that. It's just to say what we do works, but also giving so much confidence and seeing how we're using the edgeful data in real time.
And one of the reasons why we've had so little losing days, and obviously you can go and watch all of it. It's all public. It's all on the YouTube. If you go to the edgeful YouTube and you go to the live section, you'll see all the streams there. But we're always using some sort of bias or target based on the data. So when I'm targeting previous day's high or low, that's because of the inside bar stat. If I'm targeting the gap fill, that's because of the gap fill stat. If I'm doing this, it's because of that. There's always a reason why I'm doing something.
Weird question. How many lots do you use for NASDAQ trades? I don't look at lots or anything like that. It will be different on CFD brokers. The position sizing will be different from broker to broker because of the contract sizing. How many ticks per point is not the same as futures. I look at dollar-based risk. So if I'm trading $10,000 personal account and I want to risk $1,000, and that's where I want my stop, that's how much I'll always go based on dollar risk. So I don't go based on contract sizing. I go on how much I'm willing to lose on any one given trade. Maybe the time change in the US messed it up. That's what someone's commenting.
It shouldn't be, but I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, 100%, Ross.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Go ahead, Andre.
Coffee.
Another coffee. Yeah, That's a standard procedure.
Dude, it is standard procedure. I should just have I'll say this story before I leave, or I go get my coffee. But when I worked at the hedge fund, it was like pretty much like the movies. It was honestly insane. This is like not typical, but I'll go through some of the perks and I'll explain how this is related, but I'll go through some of the perks that we had. So there was an omelet lady that would come in the morning. So you could like place an order. She would bring like a whole setup and like cook omelets for everyone. There was free breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So there was a fridge, a full kitchen that was fully stocked with like meat, cheese, eggs, literally like anything you could think of. There was 2 different types of cold brew that they had on tap that they would like get a keg for. It was like imported. They would order lunch every day. So if you didn't want anything in the fridge, they would order lunch for the whole office every single day. If you stayed past 6 p.m., they would order your dinner. So they would order dinner to the office. If you stayed past 8 p.m., they would pay for your Uber home. There was free tickets. So it was in Boston. There was free tickets so there was like a rotation of who would be able to go to each of these games. 50-yard line, Patriots. There was box seats to the Celtics, box seats to the Bruins, and the Red Sox, obviously, as well. And there was this rotation of who can go. There was free massages every week, free haircuts, free dry cleaning. There was a private gym with a free instructor. There was snacks throughout the entire, like everywhere. There was like vitamins, there was snacks, there was like Advil, there was gum, there was every type of seltzer, any type of drink you can think of. What else?
That is pretty crazy.
Free massages every week for everyone. But the reason I brought it up was because they had cold brew on tap. So I was like, maybe I should just get a cold brew tap.
Oh, did they just give it? Yeah.
And I'll just put it right next to my desk.
You just order it and it comes to your desk, yeah?
No, you had to go to the kitchen to get it. But I'm saying now I should get one here, like just a keg of coffee that I can just like pour out.
What's Advil?
What, dude?
Dude, we don't have that in South Africa. What's that?
It's like what's it called? It's like if you get a headache or your like elbow hurts or like whatever. It's
okay.
Hold on. What's the actual like medical term for it? Hold on.
Yeah, maybe we have that.
Ibuprofen. Do you know what ibuprofen is?
Oh, ibuprofen. Yeah, of course.
Like Tylenol, Advil, like ibuprofen. Yeah, like pain relief. Yeah. So they had like all of it. They had like whatever it is. They had vitamins. They had electrolytes.
I know what that is. We don't call it Advil, but we call it ibuprofen. Yeah.
It's the brand here. Like it's the name is Advil is the brand.
Yeah. It's like you guys call it Adderall, but we call it Ritalin.
No, those are 2 different things.
Well, they do the same thing though. Yeah. Ours is from the Limitless movie though.
yeah. That was a great movie.
It is.
Okay, let me get my coffee now.
Yeah, 100%. So just let's get my screen up here. We are coming down on ES, but we're still above previous day's lows. So that's the level that I'm watching at the moment. Let's go to a 15-minute time frame. Okay, so as long as we stay above this level, I still like the longs. But let's see. We aren't looking too fantastic right now, I must say. Stocks are trading lower. NVDA as well. NVDA is not looking great at the minute, but we're still back at, we flushed yesterday in NVDA and then just bounced off the lows. So let's, we have Advil. Okay. First I hear of it, Mark. Maybe it's a Cape Town thing. So again, Zinc comes on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Zinc's not on here Mondays and Fridays. He's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Gold also selling off again. Yeah, let's have a look at gold. Yeah, gold is coming back down, as you mentioned. Did bounce a little bit from those lows yesterday. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's tapping now back into that level that I was watching. Oh, shucks. Remove. There you go. He's on MFF today. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he should be on MFF. Sorry, I might have tapped his stream by accident there. Perfect. So as I said, I think if we still hold this level, we're good. Yeah, Zinx just messaged me now. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Cool. So we're still tapping into this level again on ES. So the lows, as I said, 610 and NQ again at those lows as well would be done at 327 from yesterday. So we're going to keep monitoring that. Yeah, so Zink's on MFF today. Sorry, I might have tapped his stream by accident. I put Zink's YouTube on. He's like, "Are you live on my YouTube?" I was like, "Oh shit, yes."
Well, Zink, I hope it's okay. Sorry about that.
Nah, but I deleted it. It should be good now. Yeah. Dude, I still like as long as we hold on NQ this level that we've been respecting at all of yesterday, and then we had a pretty strong closure yesterday. We do have, I think it's quad witching today as well.
Oh, that's not great. That's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's today.
By the way, guys, there's this. I'm going to send this in the chat. I'm also going to repost it on or actually it's my pinned tweet. So if you go to my pinned tweet on Twitter, but I'm going to put this here so you guys can see it. I don't know why it doesn't go to every platform. Like, why is it not? You can't comment on Twitter, on the Twitter streams. I'm just going to go to the Twitter stream. Hold on one sec.
Bitcoin is coming underneath 70K right now.
So I should do it on the Twitter, on the edgeful one too, actually. Sorry, guys. I'm going to explain what I'm doing in just a second. All right. So I just posted a link to a Twitter article that has set up today. I highly recommend, if you guys aren't going to read it, just bookmark it. You can read it later or whatever. It's not, I mean, it is kind of long, but I do really recommend reading it. It's like a free breakdown of the Inside Bars report. I highly, highly recommend just at least scanning it, to be honest, but just bookmark it if you want. Doesn't really matter. I just sent the link in all the chats here, but it's setting up today. So I just want you guys to be aware there is a very high probability setup today. And I'm just pulling up the what's in play now. I'm gonna go make sure I'm on the most popular ESNQ template. So just so you guys know, anyone who has the what's in play, if you have an actual sub, you do have the what's in play. You have right over here, the most popular template. You're going to get all of your A+ setups sorted for you from highest to lowest data right over here. So you can see the gap fill percentage on ES is actually the highest percentage of anything that's currently in play. So that's obviously really important to note. Now, if price keeps flushing, it's going to be a little bit tough to get there, but I still am pretty confident in the longs, to be honest. Obviously we need some confirmation.
Yeah. The WIM's picking up a little bit of momentum here at the moment. NASDAQ back in the 400s, so 24,435 right now.
Yeah, so in terms of structure, Tesla is really sold off at the open. Meta sold off at the open. Wow, Meta below 600. Oh my God.
Yeah, 599.
That's not good. Wow, Meta below 600 is crazy.
What's it off all-time highs at the moment? They didn't they release that metaverse is shutting down?
Yeah, that should be super bullish. That they.
Oh, really?
Don't you think?
Well, if they're losing money on it, then yeah, possibly. But that's YM's just had a 100-point bar, 120-point bar to the high side.
Yeah, I mean, it's down 25% off all-time high. All-time high was just under 800. It did make a crazy run after earnings the last quarter. Bounced up to 740, which was awesome. And then from 740 is now down to 600. Zinc is saying this is looking identical to yesterday.
Yeah, it is. I agree with that. YM's breaking out now, 333. NQ back in the 450s. Oh my goodness. Something's happening. Something's moving YM, bro.
The Dow?
Yeah, the Dow. Something's moving on it. Let's just have a look here. Heat maps.
Wait, I'm going to pull up your screen.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's go to the Dow Jones. Industrial average index.
Bro, the issue with the Dow, I know you like it a lot, but
I know
the issue
it's
price weighted, dude. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
The price is totally arbitrary.
I know, especially if they do like stock splits or something like that, like Netflix has a stock split. Yeah.
Like Netflix has a stock split or whatever, or like
Goes
Google splits from
10 to 1.
3,500. Yeah, like Google splits from 3,500.
I like the Dow because it has nice, like, quick momentum plays. But I do agree. My best ticket to trade is the NQ. I can actually bring up my data. So this is my data. So this is my data from TradeZella. But if you look at my stats year to date, so this has been my year so far, Andre.
Beautiful.
This has been 90% win rate, but my average RR is not fantastic, but I'm winning. Yeah. So I was traveling in February, so much smaller month there, but then this month has been pretty solid, bro. But if you look at my report,
on a crazy streak.
Yeah, it's been solid, dude. But if you look at my symbols, look at my base symbol to trade. Actually, has been the Nasdaq, US 100 Nasdaq. So
beautiful, dude. Yeah, it's that month that you've been on a crazy run recently. Crazy.
I have. Yeah, I mean, I had one red day this month so far. Yeah, one red day in the last month and a half. Yeah, I didn't have anything. Feb, I only traded one of my accounts, so that's why I was traveling. I didn't want to be stupid and try and over do anything fancy on the road.
So to be clear, just so everyone knows, it doesn't mean every single trade is red. It means that every day ends up being red.
Correct. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, correct.
Sorry. Every day ends up being green. So it doesn't mean that every trade is green. It means that every day and like the net P&L at the end of the day is green.
Yes.
Yeah, just to be clear on that. Just because like not taking a single losing trade in a month and a half would be absolutely wild. But taking losers, but also having your winners be bigger and more consistent is better. Is obviously like the most important.
I think it was even last week Monday, I had a loser on the Dow, and then I actually got back in it, and I ended the day green. But I had a loser first, but I managed it pretty well. So it's not that every single trade's green; it's that I'm managing the downside. ES. So we are popping here on YM back above opening range, and then DAX is also picking up a little bit as well. DAX gapped up quite aggressively. That's sometimes front run American markets. Is that X for trading New York or also when you trade London?
That specific article is for.
Let's go back to your screen.
New York, but you can switch to the London stats as well. Grandma 52. Didn't you win the Grandma 52? Didn't you win the?
You did. I'm sure you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, gents. Mag 7 pulling down, -1% good courage for yeah, so Mag 7 is trading down at the moment, correct? What's up, DV? Good to have you on. It's one of my friends.
Dude, I heard
DV,
that
you should be watching the Live
you do have Advil.
Africa, bro. Yeah, but he lives in a different city, man. And he's older than me. Maybe he knows more about that stuff than I do. Maybe he's had more joint pain than me. I don't know.
What's the bias for today? We need to kind of see. What I'm hoping is that we don't get a bunch of chop today, but we don't have news, right? I'm going to check again. Yeah, we have quad witching today, so that's something.
Yeah, no news my side. What's up, Dylan?
I would like to go.
Give me a sec, Andre.
Yeah, you're good. What's up, Dylan? If you're going to go short. So, by the way, guys, I just posted in the, I don't know if I can like pin a message, but your target here, so let's go to the what's in play right now. I have the most popular ES-NQ setup template up top, but right over here, these two, ES-NQ inside bars, these two right here, inside bars by weekday, 89%, 88%, regular inside bars across any day, 86%, NQ inside bars, 83%. So what are we doing here? The target is going to be previous day's low. Right here. I mean, it could also be previous day's high, but like at this point, I'm not expecting previous day's high to be taken right now. But if you're short or you're thinking of getting short, this right over here, and it's actually kind of nice because it's not that far away, so you can actually get a decent trade here. But 40 points on NQ, roughly 11 or 8 points on ES. Your target, if you're going to take shorts, is going to be this line right here. I would love to get a retest of the orb low on NQ, because NQ is a little bit weaker right now, before we get this break, ideally. But I would love if NQ could just bounce a little bit to this orb low so we can take a trade like this.
Yeah, we're coming down quite aggressively right now, André. Jeez.
Yeah, I would love if we can get a little bit of an aggressive bounce here back into this orb low, ideally a little bit into the orb, and a trade that looks a little bit like this, that also looks pretty solid on ES right now. And also the risk to reward, or the target is a little bit closer. So that's nice too. But if we can get something like this, I'll try short, targeting all of these. Oh.
The low, yeah.
What's going on? Oh, okay. Targeting 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I'm looking for right now. But nice, Brian. Your target on ES is going to be 66.11. Your target on NQ is going to be 24.327. I would love if we can just get a little bit of a pop up here. That would be awesome. I'm not sure if we're going to get it. But I'm like, yeah, I really want a pop back up to this 380 level, that orb low. But, okay, we're getting something. The thing is, I want to take it on NQ, not ES, because ES is kind of stronger right now. But
yeah, NQ is taking the lows right now.
Yeah.
Almost at previous day's lows as well.
Yeah. I would love, so this is, if we do get a test of the orb low, this would be for me a very good like this would fit my trading style really well, because what I like to do is wait for the pop to get short. If this continues to flush, my trading style doesn't really fit that well. I feel like James's trading style fits that a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I would love to see is like a pop of volume, a test of 380, potentially a little bit higher ideally, like what's happening right now. I would love if we can get a little bit of action into the orb again. And then
my algo took the short.
Beautiful. I want to try it on ES.
Yeah, we're really not looking bullish at the moment. So as I said, for me to have stayed long bias, we would have had to hold those previous days lows. I mean, we're taking that at the moment.
I really wish the price came up a little bit more there. This is like for anyone who's been watching for a while, I would say that this is, if price continues to flush, this would probably be one of my biggest issues, is trying to be too specific with the entry.
Yeah.
Like right now, that inside bar stat, what's going on here?
Yeah, we're coming down hard, bro. NQ taking 330s now.
Yeah, I think the shorts were there.
Yeah.
Jacob, our dev team is aware.
I've taken a short on YM. Stop at half there.
There's that short trade that I was looking for to 326. Missed a really great trade there.
Yeah, geez, down in the 320s now. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a target though. There's that high probability target that I was just talking about.
Yeah.
So just to recap the target that I was explaining, the inside bar stat, it's called the inside bars report. When price opens within yesterday's range, you want to expect it to break either side. In this case today, the target, as obviously price was very bearish, the target in this case was the previous day's low. Yep, inside bar stat just smacked on QQQ. Right over here, that's literally exactly what I'm going over right now, Zank. Targeting this previous day's low. Same thing on ES, just broke that previous day's low. The setup here was nicer. I wanted to take it on NQ because NQ was weaker, but the retest of that orb low was exactly what I was looking for, but just on NQ, and I didn't quite get that. And I missed that trade, but
wow. You're flushing. Yeah. Jeez, look at this. There you go. NQ orb go hit as well. So
beautiful, dude. Beautiful.
I'm short YM at 215, 46, 215, by the way. I like that NASDAQ trade, but I just let the algo do its thing. I think I would have been chasing if I took that as a discretional trade, Andre.
Yeah. Well, that's why you don't mess around with the algos, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're flushing now on YM back in 183.
Oh, dude.
Wow, dude, look at this bar on NASDAQ.
Dude, look at the Mag 7 right now.
Yep, they're not looking great.
Tesla's flushing. Be patient, guys. Please do not just jump in to a trade. And we're fixing, we're looking into the fix for edgeful. I'm not sure what happened here. It looks like it's back for me. Never mind. My FOMO kicking up hard. Yeah, I know. Just be patient. I'm hoping that we're gonna get our dev team is fixing it, just so you know, all edgeful specifically. But be very patient with this. It can keep flushing, but honestly, the amount of times that it'll just keep falling and falling and falling is pretty low. So if we even get a retest of the previous day's low, that would be another good setup. But
I'm full out YM at opening range low. Sorry.
Beautiful. You wanna cover that trade quick?
Yeah, I'm full out. Let's go like that. So just playing the momentum at the moment. Okay, so 50 points on that. I don't really care about risk reward or anything like that. I had my stop loss at opening range high. This could continue flushing, but we have been bouncing off of this level here at 150 all morning. So I was in at 215, out at about 158. So yeah, nice 50 points on YM at the moment. So I'll take that and see what we get rest of the session. Simple. Playing the momentum.
To be totally honest, I'm like itching to take this trade short, especially because it's falling and it's not ripping, but I'm not going to do that.
It wouldn't be a great price.
Yeah, you got to wait for something. You got to wait for some sort of bounce, and it might not come, but the amount of the important thing to remember is the amount of days where you chase the short and it works is way less than the amount of days where you chase the short and it doesn't work. Like you're going to get torched. What's up?
How often does price move in like a 200-point straight line? Very rarely.
Never.
Like it's not going to.
I mean, it's so rare.
Yeah.
So now if you're getting short here, what you're expecting is pretty much like another 40 or 30 points to the downside. Yeah, it might happen. Obviously it can, but YM has room to the previous day's low. I mean, dude, ugh.
Yeah. NASDAQ was a lot more bearish. That's why I took the YM trade, playing them off the momentum, and I'm just going to close it at opening range. So I'm not going to. This probably flushes more, but I'll take my nut for the day, my base hit, and see if I can catch anything. Remember, we also did mention it's quad witching today as well. So I think I was $1,000 on that. So
beautiful. Yeah, I have to admit, my FOMO is kicking up hard too. So I'm not you guys are not alone. I definitely want to take something here, but
yeah. Again, like it has flushed those lows, but also, André, we have bounced quite often. Like we haven't been getting follow through in this market environment, bro. How many times have I closed like 75% on stream and then get tagged at break even?
Yeah.
Same as you. Yeah. You've had it once or twice
100%,
as well.
100%.
Yeah, so there's a lot of options expiration today, about 50%. Yeah, exactly. Look at that, bro. Look at that exit on YM. Look what we're doing right now. I'll be back at break even.
Beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Great exit. So edgeful should be back. Let me know in the chat if it is back. But you can see the completed stats are all inside bar, inside bar, inside bar, inside bar. North of 80% is super rare. Today, that high probability trade was tagging this previous day's low in the New York session. Thank you, Dare Maximus. Previous day's low, here it is again on ES, on NQ. That's the target. That's where you're going to be.
Who won the edge for? André, what's the why I'm now taking the lows? Not surprising though, but I'm very happy with my exit. With the edge full giveaways, you have to be on stream to the end to win. I mean,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I need to fix the indicator again.
Someone's
I
asking.
think I used an older version of this indicator. All right, so here is what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Where if you're getting short down here, you just can't do that. It's so tough. So what we're seeing is the bounce. Now, am I saying it's going to continue to rip all day? No, but like if you're going to go based off of an area to get short again for continuation. Now, I'm not saying it's going to continue, but if you're going to get short for continuation, that previous day's low and this overnight bounce is going to be a good area to start to look for shorts, in my opinion. Now, if we go to a little bit of a higher time frame here, yeah, I think that this would be a good area to start to look for shorts. Obviously, it's a pretty big range right now. It's 40 points, but you need to have some sort of confirmation. You don't want to get short after a big move down. And this is where, and I was saying just a few minutes ago, my FOMO is kicking up. Like I want to take this short again. And if I was getting short down here, I would definitely be stopped out right now. 40 points, 45 points against me. Like I would definitely be getting stopped out. So let's see what's bouncing right now. Everything is still near low of day, which is good for the short. But if we can get a move back into this 350 area, I would be pretty happy to try to get short again, or not again, but to try the shorts. And
does FTMO allow negative RR? You can trade any way you want as long as you don't hit the max loss rules. Yeah, and you can't trade through news. So yeah, 100%. If a prop firm says you can't trade negative RR, I've never heard of such bullshit in my life personally, but yeah. Yeah, Kev, you can trade any way you want as long as you don't hit the max loss rules. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah, that was a big flash, bro. Even the DAX, which I know you can trade on the Eurex market with Tradeovate, Andre, but it as well also flushing 200 points in a matter of 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah. So you guys need to be careful here with the shorts. You just want to make sure that you're not getting in too early because you had FOMO over here. I missed this trade here. I should have honestly just taken it on ES, but if you're going to take a starter here, I just feel like this is too obvious of a spot to short to target new low of day.
I agree.
It's too obvious. It's like too perfect.
They're going to a deeper pullback's probably imminent. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I would like to see something like this, but I mean, it could just flush, honestly. Like this is just too off of the exact previous new. I mean, it's happening. So maybe.
Interestingly enough, NVIDIA is also bouncing off of its previous day's lows as well, where we bounced at New York session yesterday.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
Negative R is honestly so underrated. I don't know who was like, yeah, 2-to-1, 3-to-1 risk to reward. Like, I think that is complete nonsense. Also, I really hope that we get a decent bounce here because I would love to take the shorts.
Is there a way to see the odds of price breaking the previous weekly range on edgeful?
Yes.
Yeah. Previous week's range.
Yep. There you go. Yeah. Previous week's range. So you go to the reports, previous week's range. You're going to see how often does price break the previous week's high, the previous week's low, both previous week's high and low, and then neither. Yes. So yeah, you can see it all pretty much right here. And 76% of the time, you're going to get one side to break the previous week's range. So what that looks like, James, you talk about this all the time.
I do. I think I asked you for that opening week range report that uses the Monday and Tuesday, but I think I could have also asked. I asked for quite a few reports because remember that you were kind of doing the gap fill and you had your ideas, and I was like, this is what I use in my trading. This before you even launched, and you guys set it all up. So
yeah. So to be clear, if you're looking at the New York session for previous week's range, which I have the New York session selected, I'm using just the New York session high and low as the range. So you can see price in the New York session this week just took out previous New York session low for last week. If you're using the daily time frame, it would be down here. So I'm just going to remove this. If you're using the daily time frame, probably not going to get a break this week. If you're going on the daily, now it has happened 80% of the time in the last 6 months on NQ. The single break, only 12% of the time, or 3 times, has price not broken out of either side. Previous week's range was pretty big last week, though, 5% in 1 week. So obviously when that happens, like, it's going to be harder to break out of it. But yeah, if you're looking at the New York session exclusively, we did just break the low of the previous New York session right now. Literally, so, like right now.
This is actually a very, very good comment. Ross says you probably close a lot of your trades before it hits your stop, though, James, since you trade negative RR a lot. 100%. I don't think I take my full stop on any of my trades. The last 2 losers I've had on stream where I actually still ended the day green, I closed it midway to my stop loss because I didn't like what price was doing. 100% agree. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Damn, Daniel. Remember that.
Dude, of course.
Yeah,
dude, that just got a Vans sponsorship.
The Vans, dude, he did, bro. He did. That was like the first guy that was like hopped on the content bandwagon. Was like, geez, I can get paid from this.
Yeah.
Where we're sitting at right now on the NASDAQ, it's not really ideally a spot that I would like to get involved at personally. I'm green on the day. I'm up $1,000, just over $1,000. But if we also look over here, just actually also mentioning
get another coffee while you explain this.
Yeah. We are sitting at this daily 200 EMA where we've been seeing a lot of support in the since November even. So, and more recent times since February. So I am wary of shorting at this level, but we can obviously take this out. But yeah, I'm just going to wait and see what we do get. I'd ideally like something where we get a pullback, deeper pullback, and then look to short if for continuation. But on a Friday, on a great week, I might just lock it up here for the rest of the day personally. Shall I scalp longs since we straight line? No, don't scalp longs. I personally wouldn't. It's a tougher trade right now. Yeah, we are rotating back. Even on the DAX, we're rotating back to previous day's lows. Down at 728. Yes, just flushing. Clean break of that previous day's lows. Now we're moving lower. The fib is giving really nice entries. How many accounts do you copy trade at one time, James? It depends. So I have at the moment 3 funded accounts at the FTMO, and I copy trade those, and I also copy trade to my personal trading account too. And I've got like 2 or 3 that I do at any one time with regards to that with different risks. So I'd say between 3 and 7, you can call it. I'm not going to trade all of them at once though. So yeah. Yeah, yes.
Dude, I can't believe this.
Flashing, bro.
I cannot believe this. This entry, I go, oh, it was too obvious. Literally was so perfect. I can't believe it.
I know, but those are some of those ones where it's a very quick scalp because you don't want to be stuck in that and it bounces off the lows again.
Yeah. Have a good weekend, Miguel. Good trading. Good to lock yourself out. That's good. I'm like itching to take this short, but it's good to lock yourself out. For anyone who's itching to do it, just lock yourself out. It's not worth like torching your account today.
Yeah, especially going into a weekend, bro. That's the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. Brian also called it on the retest. Fib giving you really nice entries.
Nice. Yeah. I would actually say that's your type of trade, Andre. That quick retest and then
yeah, I know,
That's
I
not
know,
my that's
I
not
just
my
want
type
a little bit more. This is the second time I was being too specific with the entries. It's shocking that ES is weaker than NQ right now.
VIX is also trading above 25 right now. It's up 5% today.
Yeah. 6,600 is another psychological level here. It's also, I mean, could be a good area to get short, but like honestly at this point, like I need the IB. I need something else to kind of go off of.
This is on a Friday, Andre, where you crack open a beer after taking our short.
Yeah, if I can actually take the trade, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be great if I could take the trade. But I have been.
Did you get free beers at the hedge fund?
No, definitely not. Yeah, they wanted you in there and locked in. Like they did not want you to be.
Oh, so they gave you free
coffee.
Adderall then.
No Adderall. They give you all the coffee you wanted, but no Adderall.
That is your own supply, locked in for 17 hours straight.
Dude, I don't think I could take Adderall, honestly. I think that would be in a different dimension.
I used to take it when I was at varsity. I used to take it, and it made me not eat, bro. It was...
Yeah, no, I don't think I could take... I have too much coffee. Like, I'm already so, like, dialed in all day. If I ever took it, like, I would be on, like, a different dimension. I don't think I can do it.
A different planet,
Yeah, literally.
James, are you using the algo that edgeful offers? Have you been considering that subscription to help avoid more emotions? So yes, Jacob, I've been using the algo since last year, August, when they came out with it. It's been doing great for me. I traded on my personal trading account. I don't touch it. I don't even look at it until...
If you want to go over the trade it took today, you can go over the trade it took today.
Let me do that. Give me a second. Let me just get it up. So I don't touch that personally. I love discretional trading, and I'll probably do it until the day I die, because I think what I love about discretional trading is you can't actually backtest it. It's completely like from experience in the market, and like I can get in, get out in 30 seconds if I want. I think that's the beauty of discretional trading. But obviously you want to have, like when I was on the road in February, I traded small on my discretional trading. I only did 4K on my live accounts, but then I still had the algo running in the background. That was making me money or losing me money each and every single day while I was on the road. But I ended the month green on that too. But it's I think it's great to have something to have an automated side of your portfolio as well as a retail trader. Let me get it up here. Just give me a second there, Andre. So there we go. Here's the trade here, okay, that it took today. You can see over here at the minute, okay. It took the short on the bar algo. I'm not going to... You guys need to go do your own testing, right? You go do your own testing.
Yeah, don't talk about the settings that you have, because like then everyone's going to copy it. Yeah.
It took the short here, as you can see at... I can actually bring up the alerts. It took the short at 24,363, and I got out at 24,305, so just under 60 points on that, and actually almost got the lows here. It did flush a little below now, but the orb algo works for me while I am sometimes not able to be at the trading desk. Like maybe I have an appointment, or I've got family commitments, or I'm traveling. Like now in May when I come to the States, Andre, I might not be able to focus on my trading as much, and that's where the algo comes into play. And it's fantastic because you can actually still be involved in the markets, but not actually, because as much as you like, discretional trading takes a lot of your time and focus in terms of like for at least a good 2 hours, you have to be dialed the hell in. Like, you know, you got to be locked in. Whereas like with the algo, you just let it do its thing and trust the data. So that's why I like it. But that was the trade today that took the short. And I think this week we can actually have a look at it this week. I need to actually post about it more. I had a winner yesterday on the long. I was with Zinc when that happened. I actually did mention that on stream. There we go. So I've had a winner on Wednesday. I had a stop loss on Tuesday, so 3 from 4. And then Monday, I had a stop loss. So it's 3 from 5 this week at the moment. So I'm still net positive 1R on the week.
And just so everyone knows, one other thing that we released is for the algo plan, one of the things that we know that people feel like it's a little bit intimidating to start. So we released algo templates that you can start with. So we have templates for the orb, we have templates for the IB, we have templates for IB break even, we have templates for the engulfing candles. So you have MES orb templates, MES 15-minute orb templates, MNQ orb templates, M2K, IB templates, an IB break even on GC. So all of these things you can go and you can click around, you can see the actual settings. They're not optimized, as you can see up here. They are not optimized settings. They're a good foundation. So you can see up here, I'll just go on this one here. You can see how the performance is, the settings are all down here, but it'll give you all the information you need for the actual strategy itself. And then you go through and you kind of curate it a little bit more. And the way to curate it actually is if you go to the algo analyzer and you upload the TradingView backtest to it, and now you can go and see all of the information, all the data. So there's like no Excel, there's no coding, there's like nothing required. It's all pretty much done for you. So all of the refinement, everything else is going to be done in the algo analyzer, and you can go and just optimize it in TradingView like pretty much instantly. So we have the templates, and then we have the analyzer, and we have automation. So you can pretty much do everything just from right here. So.
Hi guys, you guys are incredible. Have started tuning in more this week and seen the power of edgeful. Need to sign up. Any promo and affiliate codes? Yes, if you sign up using my code, André gives me 100K per sign up. No, on a serious note, there's no affiliate codes, there's no discounts. It's $50 for the normal subscription and $2.99 for including the algos. So
yeah, exactly. So wow, we are getting it would be great if I can give you 100K per sign up.
Yeah, but I was talking about 100K South African rand, so it's not as much in dollars.
So like $4.
No, hey, not that bad.
No, I'm just joking.
It is like 16.5 to 1, but yes.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, we're getting a decent flush here. I don't know what to do with these shorts right now. Also, I did see a comment here. Any chance you'll offer the algo analyzer for non-algo subscribers? I don't think so, to be honest. Probably not. But it is part of the algo plan. We want to keep that for the people that have the algos.
Can I say something as well, André?
Go, yeah, of course. Yeah. Your audio is a little bit.
That should be better, yeah?
Yeah.
So think of it this way, right? When you are trading and you're running a business, you should be tracking all of your expenses. What do you spend money on? Okay, edgeful, TradeZilla, blah, 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 everything like that. How many guys in here spend over $200 a month on prop firm accounts? If you test a lot of guys, so test the edgeful out. If you don't like it, you can always cancel.
It's very easy to cancel, just so you guys know.
I'm telling you from my own experience and using it, it's been helping my trading a lot. So, Zink and I were actually saying on stream yesterday, even if we weren't, obviously we're on the edgeful stream, we are affiliated with edgeful, but even if we weren't, we'll still use it because it helps our trading.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that before they knew about edgeful, they traded a certain way. And then now they're like, I could never look at the markets the same way after I started using edgeful. Like I could never go back to the way it was before because it's just so much worse. Like it's just not like, for example, EMP, like, I don't know. I'm assuming some of you know who he is. I haven't heard of
him in a while. Is he still operating?
Yeah. He's on. He streams all the time. But
really, I must hit him up, dude. I haven't. Maybe because he hasn't been on the calls though on Tuesdays. Yeah.
But he's all the time. He's Like he uses edgeful in every single one of his trades. Literally, he uses edgeful in every single one of his trades. And he's like, I could never go back to the other way. It just like doesn't make sense anymore. Like targeting the gap fill, targeting previous day's high, targeting like a close of this, whatever else. Like it's so consistent that you just can't go back to trading based on like, hey, price should continue. Like that's nonsense. But
yeah. So James, are you able to trade your FTMO accounts with edgeful algo? Unfortunately, edgeful don't have the integration to MetaTrader 5. I built my own EA with the help of someone that's quite good at coding. To basically, I have my back test results, and then it goes through to my basically my EA that takes on my personal trading account. So yeah, yes, you can. But if you want to do it without having to build your own EA, you'll have to enter the trades manually, which is okay. James, how do you personally use edgeful to achieve your year-to-date results this year? Okay, so this is basically my process, and I speak about this on the pre-market prep streams, which you guys should tune in Wednesday through to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 Eastern time every single week, Wednesday through Friday. I look at my levels every single day. I got the same plan every single morning. I look at levels, previous days highs and lows, pre-market highs and lows. And then I wait for the opening range to set. I use Orb and the VWAP. So someone asked in the Discord yesterday, how to use VWAP with edgeful? Come join the stream. And then from there, I know what I'm looking for. I like using the opening candle continuation, previous day's range report, previous week's range report, opening week range report. I have like 3 or 4 that I use. And I'm watching the edgeful.
It sounds like a lot, but it's actually pretty simple, to be honest.
Yeah, once you do it every single day, it's the same, yeah. But basically, I look at my levels, wait for the opening range to set, and then I look at the edgeful screener along with stocks. What are they doing? And that's what I use to kind of gauge, like, for example, a short, I would want to previous day's lows because we've already taken our previous day's lows on YM. I know that this has a certain odds of happening once we take it out. And I'm basically using 3 or 4 edgeful reports with my own read of the market to take trades. But I personally, the thing I love about edgeful is the screener. I really love the screener in real time. So,
yeah. I was about to pull it. The screener will be like really thoroughly set in the next 4 minutes. And see another comment here. I don't think I can ever cancel my edgeful sub, especially having edgeful AI. So
yeah,
edgeful AI, pretty much you can ask AI to find commonalities among specific setups that you're looking for. If there's a common day where like the IB double breaks or like a setup that you actually don't want to trade, you can ask edgeful AI to figure out like what are the commonalities of those days. And I'll show you guys here now how it works.
I actually need to use edgeful AI more personally.
Yeah,
but, yeah,
for sure.
Another payout. I've got it will be now 14K payout coming in over the next 2 weeks.
Bro.
Yeah.
Beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
So if we look at, so what I did here is I just loaded in all the data for NQ and on the IB report. So I'm going to say, can you analyze all double break days and find commonalities among them? I don't trade well on those days. I want to know. All right, whatever. That's fine. Let's just see what happens here. All right, so pretty much what this is going to do is it's going to look at all of this data here, and it's going to allow you to understand. First of all, it's going to go and scan all this so you don't have to do it yourself. But it's going to look at all the double break days. It's going to go through the first break of the high or low. It's going to go through the weekdays. It's going to go through the IB size. It's going to go through the whatever, all these other things. And it's going to pretty much tell you that these are the conditions that make up double break days. So when you see those conditions the next time, you don't want to trade them. That's really how it works. And we need to wait for the answer. Sometimes it does take long. Sometimes it's a little bit shorter, a little bit faster. It really depends on like how many people are using it, to be honest. So clearly there's a lot of people using it right now because it's taking a minute. But if you know that there are certain conditions that, for example, the IB, this is something that Zinc, I don't know if you're still watching Zinc, but there's something that Zinc was talking about with the IB, where ES, the high forms first, NQ, the low forms first. Like on those days, and he had ran something, I don't know exactly the question he was asking, but he had ran something. It's like a terrible success rate of if the high forms first, the low breaks first. Like when they deviate like that, like it's just not a good day. That's a sign for you to take a step back. Now, for you to find that out by yourself is very difficult and extremely time consuming. You don't want to do that. You want to just allow edgeful AI to do it for you. So here's a response. And pretty much what it looks at is the weekday distribution, green and like the day result distribution, where price closes, first break, whatever else, all these other things, right? So I'll quickly just go through it. This is for NQ, so you guys can just kind of have what this is. But let's look. So what percent of double break is on a specific weekday? 42% of IB double breaks happen on Tuesday. So, okay, really important to know. Maybe you don't want to be trading these days on Tuesdays. Maybe if you do better on single break days, you don't want to trade these, right? Tuesday is not going to be the best day for you to do it. Maybe Wednesday or Friday are going to be the days where you want to lean on more heavily. Then going down, this is going to be, this actually ends up happening at the end of the day, so it's not as helpful here. But if you go down, then we have where price closes relative to the IB again. So if I actually think this is really helpful for an options trader. I'm not sure how many of you guys are options traders, but if you know that price is going to tend to close within a certain area of the IB, maybe you can sell options on the other side, like in this case here. Now, price hasn't broken out today, but the example is there. Now, going down the first break direction, the first break, this is actually a mix, so it's not really helpful in terms of the IB high or low forming first, or breaking first, not really helpful. Same thing, actually, which is kind of crazy, is that there's the direction of the IB doesn't really dictate if it's going to double break or not. That's really good to know. Then the size of the IB is actually interesting. It's actually on average a lot smaller than all days. So that's obviously something to consider. What's the size of the IB today? The IB just formed on NQ. I need to go on NQ. Yeah, so we have a pretty decent size IB today. I'm not expecting a double break for sure here, but Tuesday is your highest risk day. So there's always going to be key takeaways. Tuesday is the highest risk day. Small IBs are a warning sign. The close is unreliable, and then no direction, meaning the higher low doesn't form first. So immediately off the bat, in probably 30 seconds, I get this breakdown of what to do here, what days work well, what days don't work well, and then the IB size. So what I'll ask is actually,
Chuck Norris passed away.
dude, what?
Yeah, jeez.
No way.
That's hectic.
That's crazy.
It's all over my timeline.
Like today?
Yeah, like 20 minutes ago.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
First thing I open up. Look here. Jeez. First thing I open up on Twitter. Yeah.
Wow. How old was he?
86.
Oh, wow. Way older than I thought.
Yeah, likewise. I thought he was a bit younger.
I thought he was younger than that. Okay, so you actually don't, just so you guys know, well, RIP Chuck Norris, but you guys don't have to know what to ask. You can just say, you figure it out, and it will go and do it. So I said, can you analyze the IB sizes more? I want to understand the commonalities or patterns based on break type. I'm trying to find relationships between break type and IB size. So let's see what happens. This is kind of where you're going to allow it to do the work for you, where you don't have to really think through all the different scenarios, or like in this scenario, what happens here? You can just ask it to do it for you. But yeah.
Yeah, we are getting quite a heavy bounce here on NASDAQ right now. We, off the lows. So we're up almost 60 points.
So let's see. Okay. So double break of the IB. Okay. So
someone's asking also double break of the orb. I mean, on NQ, that would have to be another.
That would be a pretty big move, honestly. That
Yeah.
would be
I'm not saying it can't happen,
Yeah.
but for now, highly unlikely, unless like NVDA or something starts to rotate very hard off its lows.
So IB average size on NQ in the last 6 months, double break has the smallest, which is kind of makes sense. Breakout, breakdown, both are around the 200 point range. And then the 6 no breaks, average IB size is 260 points. So if the IB is really big, you can expect a no break. If the IB is an average size of roughly 200 points, like what it is today, 240 points, that is exactly in line with these right here. You can expect a single break and then 160 points on NQ, which is very small, like pretty small for NQ. You're going to get double break most likely. So one other thing is that we always have edgeful AI give you a TLDR. And we do this because sometimes the responses are going to be kind of long and we want you to just get the summary. So you can see double break days cluster heavily around smaller IBs. 79% of double breaks occurred when the IB was under 200 points. So use the IB size as that main filter for if price is likely to double break. But
we got a question here in the chat, André, and I do want to just touch on this because I think it's a broad question that it's not as easy as explainable as it's not as straightforward, put it that way. What strategy would you trade to be consistently profitable? There's many ways to trade to be consistently profitable. You have to find one that suits you. I want to share this quote here this is Tom Dante. He's a great follower on Twitter, by the way. He traded in-house prop firms for over 20 years, and he's obviously got a lot of experience. But he says, if the edge was fully in the strategy, everyone learning it would be banking. That is never the case. The edge is in you as the trader. It always has been, and it always will be. So I show you every single day. I call out my trades live. So does André. Zinc does as well. Anyone that comes on here, we call our trades live, show you what we're looking at. But you have to find a way to make it make sense for you. The way I trade is from my years of experience. Take what I do well and sometimes what I do poorly. Like maybe I don't let winners run as much. Take what you like and make it make sense for you. There's no right or wrong way to trade. What my advice is, find three reports that you like with edgeful and find a way that you can implement it in your trading that makes sense for you. That's what I would do. So then you know that you got a technical analysis, but also backed by data points. That's my
dude. You can't. It's so hard, man, to go based on your gut. Like, yes, there is a lot of discretion that comes into it, and you guys can see how we deal with the discretion. But it's so hard to just open your computer and be like, yeah, this is what's going to happen today, and I'm expecting price to do this, because there could be a lot of conflicting signals like that are telling you actually that price should not do that. And then you're just taking, like right now, like if you're spamming longs all day, then you're just going to be like on the wrong side of the data, because now we broke previous day's low. And let's open up the screener quick.
Yeah, and so this is actually something that helped me flip actually short today. Before the screener became more bearish, I knew at the back of my mind that we had broken previous day's lows in the extended market hours. I was liking a bounce off of it, but that's from me. That's from my own view of the market, not a data back view. But when I saw we started to come down, that's where I was like, okay, cool. Hey, my own view is wrong. I need to go in the data, and that's where just trust and follow the shorts.
Exactly. So right now, what the screener does is it looks at, and everyone has the template already filled in. So you have the daily buys template. Anyone with an edgeful sub has access to this. It's right here on the left sidebar of your app. You click on the screener template section, click on this first one. You're going to have all the assets, all the tickers, everything loaded in for you. The opening candle continuation is extremely bearish. The screener, the IB has not broken out yet. The IB by rejection, very bearish across the board. Previous day's range, very bearish. So as price starts to break out of the IB, this screener is going to become more and more bearish, assuming it breaks to the downside. So for the people who are trying to take the longs right now, you're just fighting the wave. Like there's no reason for you to be like, oh yeah, price is going to reclaim new high of day. Like nothing is telling you that. And now Twitter might be telling you that, but in reality, it could happen, but it's extremely, extremely unlikely. Like it is so unlikely. It's hard to believe.
Do you know what I love about edgeful? You can't argue with it. You know what?
Dude, it's the best.
So when edgeful first came out, there were these traders. I won't name what group of traders they were from because I might get a lot of comments in here, but they said, no, when that stat's incorrect. And I was like, dude, I'm not asking you. I'm actually telling you I'm not asking you. I'm telling you that's the stat. Like I can show you right now. When we break previous day's lows, we close bearish 68% of the time, whatever it is.
And it's so nice, dude, because you're not guessing. Like you're like, oh, here it is. Like this, and here's every single day that I'm referring to. When you say that, oh, a sweep of previous day's low is actually very bullish because it's a sweep in a reversal or whatever.
Reversal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like here it is every single day right here. Previous day's high broken, day closed red. Previous day's low broken, whatever it is. Like it's literally all here. There's no arguing. There's no my opinion, your opinion. Like it's a matter of fact. Like there's nothing else.
Correct. And I do agree that you can use the previous days. Like, let me just show you my screen again. Like you can use the previous days. Like here's ES, right? You can use the previous days lows and highs as areas of support and resistance. Like you could have taken along the previous days lows, but the likelihood that we pull back and then make the next move lower. That's why I said we would need to get like above the daily VWAP for my long idea and then move high like that. We didn't.
Yeah.
We rotate back down lower because we have already taken our previous days lows. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So
someone's long in the chat, stock fudge.
I mean, listen, you can be long. It doesn't mean the data, this screener does not say that you cannot take a long trade. It's telling you that all of the major market movers are bearish based on the data. Can you scalp longs? Of course. There was a move here, 60 points on NQ. There was another one here, 17 points on ES. Of course you can scalp longs. But you're swimming against the current. Does that mean you can't make money? No, of course not. You can make money trading in any direction. But you're swimming against the current. It's just going to be a little bit harder. And yeah, right here, edgeful stops you from guessing. All you need is to assess the data. 100%. That's it. Like, can you take longs today? Can price also do this? Yes. If there's a catalyst, if something happens, if there's news,
Trump tweets,
there's tweets or something happens, of course this can happen. Because also the other thing is when you go to the reports and you go to the IB by rejection, let me just make sure this is all set. What you see, if the IB low is formed first, right? This is a very strong stat here with 81%, but also 18% of the time it didn't happen. So that means that obviously, and I'm on the daily time frame here. I'll go to the New York session. But so in this case, this is the New York IB by rejection. 73% of the time, the first break is going to be to the high, but also that means that 24%, 24 out of 100 times, it's not going to work. That doesn't mean that this isn't good. It just means that this could happen. This today could happen. It's happened 24 out of 100 times. So, yeah, I mean, it's I'm still leaning to the short side, to be honest, especially because these moves up keep failing at previous day's low. I mean, like, I don't think I've ever traded a double top, but like if I've ever seen a double top here, it's couldn't be more perfect. The thing is, even here, if you enter at the 25, the IB 25, and you put your stop like over here, this is actually not a terrible trade. 2 to 1, 1.7, 1.8 to 1. Targeting a break of the IB low, risking above previous day's low. Not a terrible trade, but I would like to get a little bit of a pop back to 24,300 as the entry. Same structure here.
Yeah, just we have ES is almost did tap into previous week's lows, which was at 585. We tapped into 590, so we're 5 points off of it.
Exactly.
This has been a very, very key level of support, though, I must say. So,
which one? 600?
Where we're sitting at on NQ and ES, like this is where we bounced from on Monday's open price on NQ. Yes, we are trading a little bit lower than Monday's open price, but we have bounced from where we gapped down Monday on the 9th and rallied quite hard. So yeah, I think if you're green on the day and you've managed to get out a nice little quick win, maybe wrap it up and don't give back any gains unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Would you have a look at MBT, a chance to short maybe? What is that? Bitcoin, the future ticker for Bitcoin?
Yeah, the micro Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. I mean, I don't day trade Bitcoin, but if I'm looking at it from an objective point of view right now, we're sitting in between previous days highs and lows. We haven't broken out one side, but we are trading underneath VWAP, so it's not a bad short idea.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. But again, use your own discretion. Mustache short. Guys, you can never rely on someone else to give you trading signals or stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is all for educational purposes, right? You got to still make your own decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the IB by rejection too is pretty strong today also. Like, price is kind of failing to make these highs. I would like to see it like an actual push up, like a real push up here to take the shorts, but like it just might not happen. And also for the last hour, we've been sitting in or for the last 50 minutes, we've been sitting in a 80-point range. So it's not ideal either. But the short guy equals shirt guy. Yeah, I'm not wearing my open shirt today. I hope that's okay with you guys. Yeah, I would love to see a break above to entertain this 320 area to see how that plays out. Because what I'm worried about is if these, so NVIDIA made a low of day, Tesla's kind of reversing here. Meta's kind of near the low of day. Apple price action is so bad. Yeah, there's not much here, but I would like to see a push to potentially take something, but I usually don't enter trades at this time.
Yeah, if I enter trades at this time, it's normally like a much smaller size, personally.
Yeah.
We are NASDAQ still underneath 300.
I don't know, bro.
Bitcoin is actually sliding right now underneath 69,900. Gold, how's gold been dropping the last couple of days, bro? Gold was down 5.5%.
Dude, what happened to silver? Silver was like the most popular thing ever, and now it's like nobody talks about it anymore.
Gold in the last 2 days is down 9%. 3 days is down 9%.
Thing is here, wow, Google's really pushing here. I would like a little bit more here to potentially take a short, but
sometimes I feel like these next moves, like down at this level, can be a bit weaker than that first initial
for sure.
pop. Like I think, if you have a look at ES as well today, so we kind of got 2 legs down. This is a 5-minute chart. I like using the 5, but we get that initial pop down at the open, flush down at the open. We'll get the pull back, and then that's the second leg. Sometimes taking the third leg is a little bit weaker because price is not always going to move like in a straight line down. So sometimes it will need to come, from my experience using VWAP, it will have like 2 legs, like 1, 2, and then we'll come up above VWAP again, look to find its next move before maybe coming down again. So that's my experience from using VWAP. Obviously, this could still melt. I mean, we are trading lower at the moment, so that's not to say it can't fall away. But for me, though, trading a short here is not my best trade. It could be one of Andre's like nice little scalps just back down to lows, like a 255, you know?
Yeah, but I'm concerned that sellers like really haven't been able to get the move done. But I mean, it might be happening right now. I'm just a little bit worried that the sellers haven't been able to get this done with like one test, another test, like another test here, and then now this is the last test. Like the more times that price reaches this area and doesn't make it through is the more concerning that the trade becomes. But the IB, like the single break of the IB is definitely in play. And like, obviously that's going to be to the low. Like, I mean, now obviously it could not be, but my opinion is that it will be to the low. So, yeah, so we'll have to see, but we'll have to see. Yeah, that IB 25. I mean, I'm sure Dan's doing well today.
Yeah. Does he place orders at it? Yeah, so it just picks it up right now. Yeah, because I think from a market execution point of view, it's quite tough to pinpoint that entry.
Yeah. Yeah, he puts orders at it, but looks like we're going to get this break. I'm not in anything, but that IB low is definitely going to be the area to target right now. Like as price starts to break these IBs, the screener is going to get very bearish.
I wish I could show you guys what I see right now on these charts. ES retested the New York session. Open and tanks is one of my favorite. I agree, yeah. Yeah, ES did come up to that 611 zone and then just literally flipped right off of it. Yeah. Got up. So what Brian is saying, got back up to that New York session VWAP almost, and then you could maybe you'd have to snap that entry. GC will be like off there, and then you could go stop above the VWAP, and then you trade back towards the lows. Yeah. I mean, we're looking very bearish right now. I would not be looking for
Whoa.
There you go. We're flushing.
There it is. There's that IB break. I should have taken it at the 300, honestly. Not the best execution. I mean, to be honest. And yes, the IB break is defined by the wick, not by the candle close. But you can change the set. You can change the customizations to be a candle close, and you can pick the candle time frame. But really, not the best execution for me today because I initially had that FOMO up here, and price didn't get to my area. And like for anyone who's been watching for a while now, you'll know that pretty much like one of my biggest tilting metrics is missing a really quality trade because I was too specific on the entry. Thanks for switching the screen, James. There he is. Is that Dan? Is that Dan? Dan's official. The IB 25 pays again. I was just talking about you. I don't know if you were listening, but the not good execution because once I miss my trade like this, where the initial short that I wanted to take was over here and I didn't get that move that I wanted, then I start to chase. And like what I've been trying to do is focus more on not chasing trades and trying to like limit my tilt. But it's been like the trade call outs have been, or the trade ideas have been solid, just like the execution has been not as good. But yeah, Dan with the, wow. Is there a catalyst right now?
Jeez.
There's that IB 25. That's why you target the break. That's why you target the break. So.
Oh my goodness, dude. We just bounced back up like 100 points on YM, back up ES off those lows. That's why you don't short low of day or buy high of day. That's personally why.
So. There it is.
Let's have a look at Financial Juice or Mr. Walter Bloomberg.
Dude, your Financial Juice is not helpful at all.
Okay, we'll go Walter Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, short-term interest rate futures price for likely Fed rate hike in December. Traders price in 50%. That was an hour ago though. So let's have a look at Mr. Walter Bloomberg then.
Dan, I know that's your account. I'm assuming Dan Cook Trades, but yeah, IB 25 pays again. Yeah, that's the, and just so you know what that trade looks like, that's pretty much something like this. Right here, IB high forms first, low forms second, retraces to the IB 25. You take the short, targeting the break of the IB. It just happened right now. You target the break. You can leave runners, but in this case, the trade here was the break of the IB low. But yeah. So there are,
yeah, dude.
What was the catalyst here?
I think it's been a great stream. I can't seem to find it at the moment. All I see is
Financial Juice isn't helping you out here.
No, that's why I don't look at it. I watch CNBC. I just listen to what Jim Cramer says, and I do the opposite.
Dude, you love that. You love that guy.
No. No, I can't seem to find anything, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see, actually, how's the screener looking?
Trump is speaking right now, apparently.
Okay. Screener is starting to build much more bearish than it was before. Yeah, someone wrote, James has shares in Financial Juice.
Dude, I don't even look at, I look at Financial Juice for breaking news if things come up. Normally it does come up, but clearly Walter Bloomberg posts them a lot quicker.
Yeah, dude. Financial Juice is like not helpful at all. First of all, you can't even sign in.
I can, but that's because I have shares in it.
Yeah, they give you priority access.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I mean, if you look at today, just to review a little bit of today, I'll go to a 15-minute on ES and NQ. To be honest, if you were to rewind on this stream, I'm actually going to go to a 5 minutes, so it's a little bit cleaner. I'm going to turn off the volume. Okay. So initially in the morning, the gap fill and the ICT open were above, which would give you a long bias. Now, when this first 5-minute candle just got absolutely torched, and now we're very close to the low of day, if you rewind, you can kind of hear that we were like, okay, everything's kind of looking more bearish, where our bias is kind of flipping bearish. I was referencing the Inside Bars report. Inside Bars report was saying that we're either going to touch this red line or this red line. So obviously our bias as price approaches the lower one, we're going to be targeting the lower one. Same thing on ES here. It was the same exact setup. Price opens in the range, targeting the previous day, or targeting either the break or the high or the low. Looking for, let me just remove these drawings, looking for a break of this or this. As price approaches the low, obviously we're going to start to lean to target this low. So that's the Inside Bars report. Then we get, in this case, the IB report. The IB report, by rejection specifically, measures the direction in which the IB forms. And based on the direction, does the high or low form first? Which side of the IB is more likely to break first, the high of the IB or the low of the IB? The data shows, obviously, the low of the IB. This is the zinc setup. This is Dan's setup right over here. So that's bearish again. Right over here. You're also targeting, if you look at the regular IB stats, right over initial bounce, on NQ, no break days, 6 out of 127 days. So you do want to expect one side to break. That side is obviously the downside today. So that's here. Same setup on ES as well. Now, your bias, now there's clearly a catalyst. If you go down to a 1-minute chart here, I'll turn this off. Clearly, catalyst to cause these pops. This is a 55.1 minute candle. There's another 50.1 minute candle following. A catalyst will always override the data. Yeah. If there's some tragic news or whatever, something very positive, it's going to override whatever the data says. That's universal. There's no question about it. A catalyst, new news, new information will always override it. But overall, for those who are taking the longs prior to the catalyst, you are fighting this type of data. It wasn't 75 at the time. I think it was like 64 or 60 something. But the bias backed by the data was a break of the IB low. Now on today, that was a 63 point move from the IB 25 to the IB low. And on ES, that was a 13 point move. That's your trade. Dan took it earlier. Dan's one of the partners of Edgeful. He talks about it all the time. You can go and check out his content to see how he trades it. But this is a A+ trade in terms of a retracement of the IB25 and then a break of the IB low. And that's how you can use the data to have this continuous bearish sentiment. And the other thing is, when price broke this previous day's low, this red line from the previous day's low here, that falls into the previous day's range report, which says on NQ, wow, this has actually changed a pretty decent amount. NQ, previous day's low broken roughly 60% of the time. Today's in a close red. If you go to ES, previous day's low broken 64% of the time. Today's in a close red. So the break of this level is also bearish. The break of this level is also bearish. So there's really not much besides any catalysts that's giving you a long bias today. And if you are going to take a long, just know that you're swimming against the current. You are fighting the data. It doesn't mean you can't make money, but it means that you are fighting what the data is showing. So I just want to make that clear to everyone of really the overall bearish logic that we're taking for the day. James took a really nice short on YM, really great trade earlier in the day, but be safe. Today's Friday. Don't try to force anything. There's clearly catalysts right now. 50-point candles in either direction. You're not going to want to try to force things, so please be careful. But I think we're good to wrap it up here. And
yeah, I think it's been a great session. But we'll check you guys all on Monday.
Yeah.
And if you're green right now, like I'm not going to be trading the rest of the day.
I think no way.
Especially I'm seeing so much, as you said, there's so much like things are dropping and sparking 100 points in a couple of minutes. Take it easy. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys all on Monday.
Yeah. And make sure to like and subscribe to wherever you're watching. Follow.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
100%. Yeah, Steve, you're always on pre-market as well, Steve. Good to have you guys on. I think it's been a great week here on the Edgeful TV streams. So we'll see you guys all on next week. Cheers.
All right.